County for illegal possession of a controlled substance. What was that?
It was ecstasy.
I'm sorry, ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
And then you were on probation for burglary of a habitation out of Hardin County. Whose home was burglarized? Anybody you know?
It was my grandmother's.
You burglarized your grandmother's home. Is that right?
So,
And you were placed on 5 years deferred or unadjudicated probation on each case on January 26, 2023. That was revoked a year and a half later. Both of those, and then you were sentenced to 3 years in prison. For what reasons were those two probations revoked?
I kept failing my UAs whenever I would report for probation.
Okay, you were failing your UAs. What were you testing positive for?
Alcoholism.
Okay. Sure, we're not missing anything. Do you remember being interviewed by the probation office for this case?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when that occurred, when you had the interview with the probation office?
Yes, sir.
When?
It was about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? Okay. So other than ecstasy, any other drug problems?
It was drug. It was ecstasy, marijuana, and alcohol. Those were my.
Okay. How long were you using marijuana?
Up until I was on probation.
How long? I don't know what that means.
2022.
When did you start?
January of 20. Oh, start. I was 15. And
Okay.
2017.
Okay. 9 years?
Yes, 9 years.
8 or 9 years?
Yes, sir.
Where were you getting your marijuana from?
Just whoever I was going to school with, friend, buddy.
And how frequent was that?
It's about like once a week.
Weekly for 7 years?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did your mom know about that?
Yes, sir. She did.
She knew you were using marijuana weekly, committing a crime every week, 52 weeks a year,
Yes,
times 6, 7, 300 times?
Yes, sir. That's why she kicked me out of the house.
When did she, after 6 years of finding out that?
Yes, sir.
And nobody, so y'all knew about problems here, but you didn't go treatment for that, right?
I just. No,
You're
sir.
committing a crime each time you do that. That's 300 some odd crimes. Okay. You're free falling. This is just free falling in all kinds of ways, isn't it? Oh. If nothing further, earlier you pleaded guilty in this case voluntarily. You were mentally competent to do so. You understood and appreciated the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this third-degree felony of illegal possession of child pornography. And again, these are crimes. This is a crime that is alleged to have been committed after you were placed on probation in two felony cases out of Hardin County. And you made promises when you were on probation that you would follow the rules. The first rule in all probation terms is do not commit other offenses. And so you were charged with committing this on or about November 4th, 2023, after you had been placed on probation in those two cases, then your probation were revoked for what reasons again? It wasn't for this illegal possession of child pornography, was it?
He
It was
states
something else altogether.
failed UAs is what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, you were failing the drug tests, so they revoked you for that. Illegal possession of child pornography is just not a simplification of a crime. It's not simple. Every child image portrayed in any image is a victim of that. And we were talking about multiple victims of children. Plus, we know now you even go so far to victimize your own mother in this. Yeah, you need some help. But this is something that you should have received help for a long time ago. Not here, after you're placed on probation in another case. And you're still, on the one hand, trying to make amends for the two crimes you were placed on probation for in Hardin County, and then you're on the other side committing crime all the time, daily, for the child pornography. I don't feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for these children. That's who I feel. What is the price of the innocence of a child when they are victimized in pornography, and then that pornography is possessed or traded or used? That child is a victim over and over and over again. What is the value of the loss of innocence of a child? You can't put a price on it, because I've got 2 children and 3 grandchildren. I couldn't imagine the harm. But I've done this for 20 years. I've been a lawyer for 40 years, and I've dealt with child pornography. It is maybe the worst, because children just, when they're victimized, they have a hard time ever becoming what we want in a normal life, because it haunts them forever. It's not something you can just shrug off and forget about. You used it for your prurient pleasures. That was terrible, sinful crime. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this 3rd-degree felony of illegal possession of child pornography. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 7 years. This seems like that's not severe enough for what you have pulled in crimes. This is now your 3rd felony. It's a different type of felony, but this one is innumerable children and family have been victimized by you. You need to fix that. You can fix it on your own if you want. I don't have to force you into probation. You'll be paroled soon enough. The parole authorities hopefully will work with you. But at the end of the day, all of this is your choice making. You're going to decide what kind of life you want to live for the rest of your life. Is it going to be atonement and trying to do better? Or will it be continuing to fall back on your prurient interest, which victimizes others? This is a simple choice to make. Do the right thing. You can start anytime, but do it and stay on the path. But you have victims that you have to pay for. And that's what this is all about. That's what we call justice. That is all. What else do we have? John, did you have something?
Oh.
You said it for trial?